Okay, so now let's just jump into like the cert exam, because a lot of people, I mean, the SHRMs, there's so many different certifications. So there's like 3 major ones that you actually help out with, correct?
So there are 2 certifying bodies that offer HR certification, and there's HRCI, the Human Resources Certification Institute, and then there's SHRM, which is the professional association that most HR people know, the Society for Human Resource Management. So we provide certification prep and recertification for SHRM and HRCI exams.
All right, so top tips for passing HR cert exams. Okay, so what kind of top tips? I know I looked at some of your stuff online here. I mean, it does take time to study for this test. I mean, this test is not easy, correct?
Yep, it's depending upon which exam you take, you might have a below 50 pass rate. So it is an investment of your time. Most of our students are spending between 70 and 120 hours studying for the exam before they actually take it. It's important to have a strategy in place. You can't just be all willy-nilly. It's like anything. Like, the key is systems and processes to help make your time use the best and most efficient way.
I love it. Okay, so 95% pass rate. Tell me about this, Jess. I mean, this is badass. This is like the Ivy League. You're like 95%. If you take this stuff Jess gives you, you're going to pass.
People do, and they have to invest with us for at least 90 days. It's on demand, so you are focused on your schedule and in a way that works for you. I serve up content using test questions. We have videos, we have audio. I use all different forms, infographics, downloadables. I try to engage someone from all senses, because when you utilize studying from different methods or means, it helps move that information from your short-term into your long-term memory so that you're able to recall it on test day. But you can't just sit there and read your book and think that you're going to pass the exam. Our brains are hardwired for different things, to be challenged, just like exercise. You can't just do wall sits for 3 years and think that you're going to be a strong person. You have to give yourself priority. No, it does not. Just like food, you don't just want to eat Cheetos every day. It's not good for you. Why are you studying for your exam that way? It's the same thing.
So when you get people to study for the exams, I mean, I'm sure they call you or text you and they're stressed out, because it's a big task. I mean, this is something you probably have to put out a lot of fires and say, calm them down, like a social worker, and say, it's okay, you can get through this. Do you see that a lot?
I do. And especially this time of year, because exam season has started, it'll continue for SHRM anyways through July 15th, if not the 31st. So people start to get a little bit more stressed during this time. And so normally, sometimes, not always, but I'll get a LinkedIn message, I'll get a text message, somebody will send an email to my team, all within the matter of 5 minutes. And I have to remember that they're in a place of overwhelm at this moment. So I do have resources in our course that are designed to help you, hopefully with a plan. I walk them through some guided meditations, positive affirmations, different things. But the key is, with anything, a system and a process that happens over time. You cannot expect to start studying now if your exam is on June 1st. That is not a healthy scenario, but so many people are in that space, and it is up to them. They have to hold themselves accountable to create an environment that and prioritize this exam, because it is not cheap.
And there's no cliff notes for this, right?
No, although the scammers and all the Facebook groups are like, exact exam questions. What's that mean?
So let's jump in that, because we're unplugged, of course. These scammers, please give some insight about that out there, because we don't want anybody, that's out there trying to say, well, this program's only this much money, and they get scammed with it.
I mean, I wouldn't pay for anything that doesn't have a legit landing page and like testimonials of things. There's a lot of them that are in Facebook groups or in different places that are like, hey, Reddit, various things. It's like exact exam questions, or here's these study guides. It's only $14.99. If it's too good to be true, it is. They will take your money and then you're out that money. So look for legit websites and resources. It's one of the reasons that I'm all over the internet. It's my face there. I'm talking. We have a podcast just dedicated to HR certification. I have freebies that you can access to test things out. And then you can decide if you want to make the investment. For me, we have a monthly subscription so that it's budget friendly. And if you decide that it's like a couple weeks in that this isn't for you, I didn't get you on the hook for $1,000. It's $89, and then you can cancel it and move on to another thing. So if I'm not your vibe, I am not here to suck you dry. I'm here to help direct you. And hopefully you can be like, oh, it's not for me. That's cool. No hard feelings. Move on and try a different resource.
Everybody's here for your vibe. Come on, Jess.
I hope so. I mean, I really like, I think authenticity is key. Like what you see is what you get. I'm the same person that I am online that I am in person, although I might be a little bit more introverted than people think.
Okay, so these certain exams, like, is there a certain course for each one, or is it just a basic for the whole thing, like the SHRM and the other ones? Is there certain different guidelines?
There are different requirements for the SHRM exam versus the HRCI exam. So we have two different offerings. The first thing that I would encourage you to do is try to think through like what your requirements are. I actually have a free quiz that you can take. It's called the HR certification quiz, where you put in your requirements and then it'll populate for you for free at no cost, a SHRM exam and an HRCI exam that you qualify for. So just go to hrcertificationquiz.com, take the quiz. It's going to tell you everything you need: cost, recommended resources, what the pass rate is, all the things. But yes, there's different requirements. And right now, HRCI, which is the older set of exams, SHRM is new. SHRM and HRCI used to work together, and now they're separate. But the HRCI exams just went through a major update as of March of 2024. So not all information that's out there available for prep is with the new materials. Ours is, and I walk you through the resources that are outside of ours as well, so that you aren't making a bad investment.
Sweet. And somebody can reach out to you, say they're hesitant. They want to take this because it's a big investment. You know that, Jess. Time, you know, they might have kids at home. Can they reach out to you and you can guide them through and tell them which one they should take and all that good stuff?
The quiz is the best place to go for all that, because I'm going to ask all the regular questions. Gotcha. And sometimes people don't want to be sold to, or they don't want to feel like they're being sold to. That's why I love automation so much. So the hrcertificationquiz.com is the place to go. You can also go to the Workology website. I have content for days on everything. But if you have a question, you know, I have a chat box on the website. You can email me directly, send me a LinkedIn message. I get those a lot. And I can help you get to the right place. But really the quiz is kind of the first place to get you set up to decide which exam is right for you.
Sweet.